conversation about life. That's what Angel's Viewpoint is all about. And on today's show, we're going to talk about a very important part of life, and that is love and relationships. And everybody I know, and everybody you probably know, has had their share of ups and downs when it comes to love and relationships. And on Love and Relationships Part 1, we talked about the question I had in my mind: can love and relationships exist without one another? Meaning, can I love somebody who I'm not in a relationship with? That question came to mind because I heard so many people in bad relationships or abusive relationships say, "Oh, I'm staying because I love the person." And so I thought, I think you can love them and still not be in a relationship with them and still not get knocked upside your head. So you don't have to be in a relationship with everybody that you love. Now, I understand that just because somebody is bad for you, it doesn't all of a sudden take all the feelings that you have for that person away. So the struggle is, how do I separate myself from that person? And that brings us to part 2 of love and relationships. And first I want to talk about relationships. What is a relationship? A relationship is a way in which we relate to one another. It's an intimate connection with somebody, and it can be mother, father, uh, husband and wife, I'm sorry, mother, daughter, father, son. It can be cousins. It can be boyfriend, girlfriend. You know, there's all kinds of different types of relationships. But no matter the type of relationship, they all include two parties. There has to be two people involved in order for a relationship to exist. And I'm emphasizing that point because I know a lot of people, including myself, who have given 100% of myself. I remember one relationship where I just was completely desperate for this person, giving 100%, and this person was honest with me. I'm not ready to be in a relationship, a committed relationship with you. So if you want to be my friend, basically with benefits, that's okay. And like a dummy, past 30, I said okay. You know, hoping and wishing that one day I would move up to uh, the wifey spot. I hate that term, but that's what I guess I was hoping in my mind. And of course, you know, I never moved up to that spot because in that person's mind, I was never that material. My cost was too much. They were never going to commit to me, and I had to learn that the hard way. But the lesson I took from that is, you really have to examine to see if you're actually in a relationship. You're calling somebody my man, my boo, my girl, you know, and they're not actually in a relationship with you. You may have a strained relationship with a relative, and you're just, you know, making the phone calls and sending the emails and texting and trying to do everything you can to relate to that person, and you're not getting any response. Like I said before, a relationship takes two people. So if the other person is not responding, you are not in a relationship, and there is no other way to put that. And I know it might sound a little harsh, but I know that you love them. I know you care about them. Trust me, I have been there before. But it doesn't matter how much you love somebody. If that person does not want to be in a committed relationship with you, or a type of relationship that you're ready to be in. Let's just be 100% honest. You might not be looking for a committed relationship. You may not, you know, want to be a wife or a husband, you know, so whatever they're offering, you're down with that. And in which case, you guys have clearly defined your relationship, and that's fine. But if you're giving 100% and that person is giving 0% or 20%, and perhaps they're pretending like they're in a relationship with you, but their behavior, or they're saying they're in a relationship with you, but their behavior is not matching up, you don't need me to tell you. That is not a relationship. That's not a healthy thing for you. And you can love that person from a distance. You can pray for that person from a distance. But you need to break that tie and find a relationship with somebody who values you and wants to be at the same level relationship that you want, and I've just seen too many women specifically, because I'm a woman, so that's mainly who I talk to, you know, where we will go all in and we will only have met the person maybe a month or two, and we're ready to make him a meal and meet his mother and have him meet our family, and we don't even know the person. You know, there are friendships and relationships that I have now that are 10 plus years old, and I'm just now discovering things about those people, and they're just now discovering things about me. So how in the world are you in a relationship with somebody that you don't know? It's not possible for you to know somebody in 1 to 2 months. Not enough to commit to a relationship unless you have some beautiful, wonderful miracle where you both are on the same page, you meet, you fall in love, and some type of fairy tale thing. That's awesome. If that's you, that's fabulous. Then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those who know they're in a bad relationship. They know they're not in a relationship at all. And so that's the number one thing that I really want you to identify is, are you in a relationship? Are you in a sexual relationship? Is that your friend? Are you in a committed relationship and that person isn't? And I really need you to, I really want you to look at it. I don't want you to waste any time. You can't control if a person loves you back. You can't control the weather. There's so many things in life that you just can't control. But what you can control is what you do and how you react to the people in your life. And you can remove yourself, though it may be hard. I'm not taking that away from you. You can remove yourself, from that situation. I'm just encouraging you today, love yourself. And that's the last point that I want to get to. The way that you can love somebody but not be in a relationship with them because you know that they are no good for you, or you might be the one that's bad for them. And you need to be a strong person and say, hey, I'm not good for you. You're not good for me. Let's part ways. I love you. You take care of yourself. If you ever need me, I will be there for you, or I'll get somebody to you. But you have to, if you're the person that's being harmful, you can also take a stand and say, this is not a healthy relationship for me. And if you discover that you're either in a unhealthy relationship, or you're not in a relationship at all, the number one way that you can love that person but not be in a relationship with them is taking time to love yourself. I'm pretty sure that if you are in love with somebody, you would move heaven and earth to make sure that they had whatever they needed. You would beat somebody up or beat somebody down if they tried to hurt the person that you love. And you would defend them tooth and nail. And I want you to defend yourself tooth and nail. I had to learn it for myself. I had to learn how to love Angel and to put Angel first in some circumstances. When you're a mother, you have to put your children first a lot of times. And there are circumstances where you can't be selfish and you have to think about somebody else. But you guys know what I'm talking about. When you're in a bad relationship, you're giving everything, you're not getting anything in return, and it's just bad. You might be being abused. It just runs the gamut. But if you would demonstrate love to yourself, the same amount of love that you give to that other person, if you would demonstrate that same love to yourself, you would find the strength, find the courage to walk away, because you would say, I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I'm being harmed. And if you have children, where your children are being harmed either emotionally or physically, financially, or both, or all three. I'm sorry. So I just really want to encourage you that, if you find yourself in a relationship that is unhealthy, or if you are not in a relationship but you think you are, and you're really going to have to just sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and say, come on girl, come on man, you're not really in a relationship with that person. They don't really love you. And demonstrate love to yourself. We're coming up on the end of the year where a lot of people make resolutions that they don't keep. I'm asking that this would be one of those resolutions that you keep, and start today. Start now. Start with the little things. Take some time for yourself, whatever you have to do to get back to center, to find the courage to move forward. But I'm telling you, if you can demonstrate the same amount of love that you demonstrate to everybody else, to you, you will find the strength to walk away. I appreciate you so much because I know there's 1,000 million trillion internet shows or TV shows and things that you could be looking at, and you decided to talk to little old me. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Have a great day.